Right now, live at 5, tourism tax dollars are at the top of the Duluth City Council's agenda, but so is the future relationship with a longtime local partner. Plus, across the U.S., COVID cases are dropping, but in the Midwest, it's a very different story. And later, an advisor to former President Trump could face criminal charges after refusing to comply with a congressional investigation.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a beautiful live look at the canal in Duluth tonight, and Duluth City councilors are weighing how to distribute millions of dollars in tourism tax money. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. We're learning about $650,000 of that could go to Visit Duluth. That's after their board voted last night to accept a new marketing deal with the city. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spoke with Mayor Emily Larson today about the city's new offer and what it could mean for the future of tourism in Duluth.
You'll remember this whole conversation started in August. That's when Duluth leaders announced they decided to end an 85-year partnership with Visit Duluth as the city's main tourism marketing firm. Instead, Belmont Partners, a Twin Cities-based firm, was chosen to fill that role and offered $1.8 million to do it. At the time, the city also offered Visit Duluth a $400,000 one-year contract to carry out less duties, including managing event marketing and sales within the city. After a few months of negotiation over the correct cost of those duties, the two parties settled on a 3-year contract in which Visit Duluth would see $650,000 a year. Also under this new proposal, Visit Duluth will continue to manage the Visitor Center. To help with their new duties, Visit Duluth plans to open a new leadership position, which will not be funded through the city's offer. Mayor Larson says after a long negotiations, she's excited that the city's partnership with Visit Duluth will continue.
We've been meeting with Visit Duluth every week to work through what was the best course for them. Their board supported this strategy unanimously. We're so grateful for their energy and the vision that they're bringing.
The city will vote on the proposed agreement along with other tourism tax allocations in Monday night's meeting. We reached out to Visit Duluth today to learn how the offer will impact their current staffing situation. They said they want to wait to comment until after the City Council has their initial conversation about the tourism tax allocation at tonight's agenda session, and then votes on their Monday night meeting.
All right, thank you, Quinn. We'll hear from one of those city councilors who was involved in the process selecting a new marketing firm coming up tonight at 6. Well, right now we have an important update on the investigation into the killing of Gabby Petito. Her fiance, Brian Laundrie, has been missing for more than a month. Today, the FBI announced through the use of dental records the remains found in a Florida park are those of Gabby Petito's boyfriend, Brian Laundrie. Thanksgiving is just over a month away now, and as many people start to plan their holiday gatherings, the ongoing pandemic could create some tough conversations among family members with differing viewpoints. This holiday season will be the first with COVID vaccines being widely available. We spoke with UWS's Associate Psychology Professor, Kenna Bolton-Holtz, who shared tips on how to lay out your COVID safety expectations without creating family conflict. She says it's important for families to be open and clear about communicating boundaries, adding, in those conversations, you should use the word I and talk about what's best for you without blaming others.
Once you're clear on like what's okay for you and what's not okay for you, then you're going to be in a much better position to just explain that, say that, and people don't have to like it. They might not like it, but it's important to set the boundaries for what you're comfortable with.
She added everyone should review CDC holiday guidelines, and we'll dive deeper into those coming up tonight at 10. She says it's also important to try to be respectful of different perspectives. Minnesota is ramping back up its COVID rapid testing sites as Delta cases continue surging. Today, Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan highlighted the benefits of rapid tests. They say people can get results in 2 hours or less, allowing them to know quickly what they need to do next. Flanagan says as a mom, she knows this makes a big difference for parents deciding whether their child can go to daycare or school, especially as seasonal colds and the flu start spreading.
Don't hesitate. You can get this test, this fast turnaround, families can come together, get that peace of mind, and stop the spread of COVID.
In Duluth, rapid testing will be available at the deck starting tomorrow. You can either make an appointment or walk in. The tests are free. While the number of new COVID cases seems to be plummeting nationwide, that's not the case in all states. CBS 3's Nicole Newman from our Washington News Bureau takes a look at how Midwest states are faring and talks to Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, who maintains a controversial stance on the COVID-19 vaccine.
The numbers are sobering. More than 44 million Americans infected with COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. More than 723,000 have died. In the Midwest, there have been more than 1 million cases in the states of Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan, with just under 1 million in Indiana, Missouri, and Wisconsin.
Well, I'm concerned. We track this on a daily basis.
Republican Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin says it's disappointing that there's been surges in cases in his home state. The Wisconsin Department of Health and Services reporting 1,207 new cases on October 10th. A day later, 2,849. Johnson, who says he's had COVID, believes he has immunity from the virus and doesn't plan on getting the COVID shot.
What we know right now is the vaccines appear to be effective at reducing the severity of symptoms, reducing probability of death. On the other hand, we are seeing what I would consider a rather alarming number of adverse events.
In a new report from the U.S. Health and Human Services released earlier this month, researchers found the COVID-19 vaccine may have saved 5,500 Wisconsinites on Medicare from getting the virus. That number more than doubles for Ohio and Illinois, with both states having 13,000, 9,500 in Indiana, 8,500 in Michigan, and 6,700 in Missouri. Statistics show nationwide COVID trends appear to be changing.
All of the parameters, cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are down.
Recent data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention shows at a height in September, there were more than 190,000 new COVID cases reported. A month later, that number cut in half at nearly 64,000. While this news is encouraging, the quest to get more Americans vaccinated remains a challenge. The CDC is reporting just over 57% of the population is fully vaccinated. In Washington, I'm Nicole Newman.
The statistics shared in this report may fluctuate as new cases are evaluated. Dave joins us now for a quick check of the weather. Dave, it is MEA weekend, at least for Minnesota students, and boy, Canal Park was bustling today.
Yeah, remember those glorious days when you got that weekend off in October?
So nice.
I remember them as well, even though it's close to 40 years ago. A little bit envious. But with the weather we had out there, I hope folks outside of our region are a bit envious. Take this live look at the Ely area. Again, we're looking at Robinson Lake, and to the left would be the Boundary Waters. To the right is Purvis Country. If you don't know who that is, Google Sumner Purvis. Interesting story. But it's a beautiful picture, and the clouds are looking pretty nice, and the colors are popping in that neck of the woods as well before they finally let go and go away completely. Different type of sky could be with us, though, as early as tomorrow. Today's sunshine brought in by higher pressure. That kept us cooler than normal, but sunny. Now, that high is going to block the advance of that low and pull it up and over our region, and we'll split the difference tomorrow. We'll be dry like a high would make us, but we're going to be a bit on the cloudier side like a low would make us. So tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the 20s. Tomorrow, mid-40s for the high, but only partly sunny. Will we rebound, or will it stay cloudy through the weekend? I'll tell you which way that's going to go coming up in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, the Minnesota Discovery Center is calling on the sharpest investigative minds to get to the bottom of a local mystery. We'll tell you more as we take you around the Northland after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota equipment. Featuring front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers, it's everything you need to take on winter. Get select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. See your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off on the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter? Save big on this LG 28 cubic foot 4-door French door with a window in the door. Regularly $39.99, sale price $37.98. After 6% instant rebate, just $35.71. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Tired of your glasses fogging up or an uncomfortable dry feeling from your contact lenses? Let us clear your vision with refractive surgery. Our LASIK and PRK certified eye doctors are board certified ophthalmologists that provide exceptional eye care solutions. LASIK and PRK surgery can correct nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism with minimal discomfort and little downtime. Call now for your free LASIK or PRK consultation at Ralph Eye Care Specialist, the Northland's leader in all laser LASIK and PRK surgery.
Black Bear Casino Resort is proud to bring you Rick Springfield live in the Otter Creek Event Center Friday night, December 17th. Rick Springfield live at the Bear. Get your tickets available now at the Players Club or online at blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place to see Rick Springfield live at the Otter Creek Event Center Friday, December 17th.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at Lutsen Mountains right now. Today, the Forest Service announced the public will have 45 additional days to comment on the Lutsen Mountains ski area expansion. The public comment extension allows officials to further analyze the draft environmental impact statement for the project. You now have until December 9th to weigh in. And Dave will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. Superior is getting spooky this weekend, and Northland photographers are putting their skills to use in Ashland for a good cause. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off tonight in my hometown of Chisholm, where the Minnesota Discovery Center is calling all detectives to help crack a tough case. The Clueseum is back, and organizers are saying these clues are tougher than ever. Additionally, tomorrow's event will have a special twist. All investigating will be done in the dark with a flashlight. The game plays out like a real-life clue board and makes for the perfect opportunity to put your wits to use this spooky season. The event kicks off tomorrow at 8 p.m. and will run again next Friday. And next we head to Superior, where the Elks Lodge is putting on the Hocus Pocus Halloween Gala. The local organization Superior Spooktacular and the Neighborhood Printing Center Going Postal are co-hosting the event, and they are putting out all the stops. There will be a live musical performance by the Superior band Flipside, a Chinese auction, food, costumes, and more. The gala will take place Saturday night at 6 p.m. and will kick off Superior Spooktacular's season of scary events. And we wrap up tonight in Ashland, Wisconsin for the Giving Back Photo Contest. The contest will bring local talent together to showcase not only their photography skills, but the beauty of the region. The 3 categories for submission are winter scenes, parks and trails, and waterscapes, with the winner of each category receiving a donation to a charity of their choosing. Motivational speaker Hannah Stonehouse Hudson will serve as one of the event's judges. The contest began yesterday and runs through November 30th. If you'd like to enter, you can head to our website. And of course, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, all aboard the Pumpkin Express. We'll bring you the details of this Northland tradition after the break.
Our record high for this date is 80 degrees from 1901. And you know, that first decade of the 20th century was a pretty wild one for weather around our region. I'll talk about why with a bit of weather history rewind coming our way after the break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Yay! Here you go, sweetheart.
It's your first savings account.
A savings account? Imagine the possibilities.
Oh, no.
But I really wanted a basketball.
You may dribble me.
Imagining a bright future? Let's see how we can help. National Bank of Commerce. We make more possible.
Be a little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
I got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
This past year and a half has impacted everyone, especially those on the front lines in our ICUs. We're hearing firsthand the toll the pandemic has taken on one Northland nurse and the industry as a whole.
Even senior nurses that have been there for years were dealing with the same struggles that we were dealing with. So it was very overwhelming. For everybody was struggling in different ways, and I mean, mentally, emotionally, we didn't know what to do.
Join us tonight at 10, only on CBS 3.
Coming up, we have new details on the city's proposed agreement with Visit Duluth.
Yesterday's rain chance has gone away. Now sunnier skies are coming to call. For how long? We'll talk about it.
Tonight at 6 on CBS 3. Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, this week's issue of the Tower News in its history section throws back to a big blizzard that happened in October 1909. And we stopped to think just a couple days ago, we talked about tornadoes tearing through Biwabik in October of 1900. So that first decade was pretty wild. The record got into the 80s back in 1900, as we just saw with our look at the almanac. Well, this blizzard that happened over 100 years ago delayed the trains, of course, and that wasn't the only thing. That was a big storm system fed by a tropical hurricane. So we had storms from Minnesota to Florida. Damage-wise, the winds were so high that on Lake Vermilion, that lumber mill that used to sit outside a tower had a lot of its logs and its railroad ties blown into Pike Bay. That was a hazard to navigation for a long time till they cleaned it up. And heavy snow ruined the harvest of a lot of farmers here in Minnesota and Wisconsin as well, and led to tough times for those folks. Luckily, our weather is much easier right now, and likely will stay that way for the most part through the weekend. We may have clouds try to infiltrate, but it should be dry. No huge storms coming our way. And our next rain chance may not even be with us till Monday. Current conditions, we have 45 at the airport, 48% for the relative humidity, northwest wind 10 miles per hour, and high air pressure at 1,020 millibars, and that's giving us that blue sky. But it's Canadian high pressure, so it's bringing us these cooler temperatures. The normal is 50. And right now, it looks like we're all undercutting that by a few degrees, especially towards Watersmead. Only 39 there. Up the Gunflint, 37's a bit brisk as well. The rest of our region in the 40s, whether you're in Superior or Hibbing or International Falls or even Grand Rapids. Temperatures are going to be very similar again tomorrow. Next week, we do have a chance of warming back up into the 50s, warmer than normal. But from now until then, cooler than normal. But like I mentioned, calmer than normal, perhaps. High pressure has settled in, and we can see it chased away the rain some towns got yesterday. Clearer sky for most of our towns, but we are being flanked by clouds that are trying to push our way, but they should be held at bay by this high pressure system. So this low will be grabbed hold of the circular flow that's high and drug over our area, meaning that we're going to be on the sunnier side for some hours, cloudier side at others, splitting the difference between whether a high would bring and a low would bring as well. Well, this low may not make it into our area next week, though. Once that passes, showers will become possible from 2 more lows backing it up. So we won't be dry forever. If you're looking for some rain, maybe by Tuesday we'll get it. Tonight, here's what we get in Minnesota. Low temps back into the 20s inland again. 30s by the lake with a partly cloudy sky. Partly cloudy for Wisconsin and Michigan as well, but the clouds may kick out a few showers in the UP. Now we look at tomorrow's forecast. Wisconsin should be partly sunny by that splitting of the difference. High temps in the 40s. The UP, though, still has a 40% chance for showers. In Minnesota, partly sunny and dry. High temps in the 40s. And eyeing up this extended forecast, then we have that wobbling back and forth between partly sunny to mostly cloudy through the weekend. And then by Monday, we warm back into the 50s, back to normal. And then that next rain chance finally comes aboard from Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday.
All right, thanks, Dave. Everyone knows about the Polar Express, but do you know about the Pumpkin Express? Today, the annual Pumpkin Train Express at the Duluth Depot began. Families can board a steam engine train that will take them to a local pumpkin patch where they can pick out a pumpkin of their choosing. Ken Bueller with the depot says seeing the kids' reaction to the train ride and getting a pumpkin is the best part.
Wonderful to see a lot of the little kids. This is their first train ride, and they really don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they just follow their parents along. But then when you see them come back from the pumpkin patch with the best pumpkin they could find, and their faces light up, and they've had that train ride, that's precious.
Tickets start at $20 per person, but will increase to $25 on Friday and Saturday. You can also ride one of the 2 fancy dome cars, which is a new option for the event this year. The Pumpkin Express continues until Sunday. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. This is Missy, and she is a cutie pie. She is a Jack Russell Terrier mix, and she is the sweetest little thing. She absolutely loves people and even gets along great with cats. Our friends at Range Regional tell us she will fit in great at any home as long as her owners are willing to help this little chonker stay active. Oh, she's cute. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt a Missy, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, a possible congressional sentencing hangs in the balance with an advisor to former President Trump. Stay with us.
Tough as nails. A competition about America's toughest workers. Is everybody ready to get to work? It's all about going up and down the stairs today.
This way.
We're 4:30.
This way.
It was a mess.
Sarah and I are completely lost.
And here we go.
I'm starting to get confused. Doesn't know where to go. My mind is going crazy. Let's speed it up, speed it up. Wow, he's fast.
Whoa.
I can't read these labels. I can't read these labels.
A new Tough as Nails tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live. You have it to any family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the 4th leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
School visits are an important part of kind of being part of the community outside of the TV station here. When I was in 6th grade, that's when I learned meteorology was it for me. Being on the other side of that now, for me being able to kind of pursue that, it's important for me to then be able to get back into the community. If I can go into a classroom and get just one person who was interested or just one person who, you know, leaves there knowing like, wow, I learned something new today. For me, I did my job, and that means a lot to me.
Watch meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt weekdays at 5 a.m.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Saturday on My 9 Sports. It's Game 2 of the Home and Home series between the Bulldogs and the Gophers. The action starts at 7, only on My 9 Sports. Brought to you by Essentia Health and Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Steve Bannon, the former aide to President Trump, could soon be facing criminal charges for refusing to comply with the congressional committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
The House will be in order.
The House is preparing to vote on whether to hold Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress because he refuses to comply with a subpoena to testify about his role in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
According to published reports, Bannon had specific knowledge about the events of January 6th before they occurred and had multiple roles relevant to the attack and very outspoken about it.
Bannon claims he doesn't have to comply because President Trump has asserted executive privilege, even though Bannon didn't work for the president at the time.
Mr. Bannon's and Mr. Trump's privilege arguments do, however, appear to reveal one thing. They suggest that President Trump was personally involved in the planning and execution of January 6th.
Republican leaders are urging their members to vote no on the contempt vote, saying the committee's subpoenas aren't legally justified.
I think you're seeing most members get tired of the witch hunts and the games. Let's focus on policies that affect everyday families right now, instead of these partisan witch hunts that they want to keep going on.
Democrats have enough votes to hold Mr. Bannon in contempt, even if most Republicans vote no. The Department of Justice would then need to decide whether to press charges against the Trump ally.
The Department of Justice will do what it always does in such circumstances. It will apply the facts and the law and make a decision consistent with the principles of prosecution.
Ultimately, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia would make the decision on whether to prosecute, but Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson is trying to delay that decision with a hold on the nominee to fill that position. Johnson claims the January 6th attackers are being treated far worse than people protesting for justice in the wake of the George Floyd killing. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The acting U.S. Attorney for D.C. can still take action even if the president's nominee for the position is blocked in the Senate.
Here's what we're working on tonight, a medical alert. Why hundreds of drugs to treat illnesses like cancer and heart disease are now in dangerously short supply. Will it affect you? What you need to know, that's all coming up on the CBS Evening News that's now just minutes away.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Regular mammograms can help find it early. Schedule yours today.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Every road has its challenges. We say, bring them on. At Honda, we engineer each vehicle to outthink obstacles, to overcome difficult conditions. We engineer them for drivers who are determined to power through, just like you are. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Passport, Pilot, and CR-V.
Hey ladies, are you tired of being cooped up? How about a girls' getaway? Get outside and play. Come to Ashland, Wisconsin and enjoy our beautiful scenery, yummy food, and our quaint little town. Be a kid again. Grab the girlfriends and spend a few days in Ashland. There's all sorts of things to do for big ones and little ones. Have some fun in Ashland, where you'll find yourself next to the water. Visit ashland.com.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up tonight at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned about the newly announced tourism allocations in Duluth. While Belmont partners will still take the main partnership, Visit Duluth will be given more money than the initial offer. And coming up tonight at 6, a former Minneapolis police officer has just been resentenced in a 2017 manslaughter case. We'll bring you the details of that new sentence coming up tonight. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.